Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is Noah, one of the educators from Shortcuts. Thank you for your patience. I've been having issues getting this computer connected to our webinar, so thanks for your patience. On the right side of your screen, you probably noticed that you have a question, the ability to chat. You're actually going to be muted for the most part when we do this presentation. I'm making sure that the microphone is on and you can hear me. So I believe this looks correct. Double checking my settings, and it looks like I'm broadcasting. So just on the right side, if you're able to hear me, again, this is Noah from Shortcuts. On the right side, if you can, just type in a message to say, yes, you hear audio, or you don't hear audio. I'm going to type in a message as well. Can you hear the Shortcuts audio? So hopefully on the right side, you just saw a pop-up, and you can actually hear me speaking. Looks like we have a few attendees that are already sitting by. Hopefully you have your cups of coffee. And is everybody standing by? Are you by a keyboard? And speaker. I don't need a speaker. I have my headset on. Okay, I'm going to minimize my browser. And move this out of the way a little bit. And I am going to launch the actual gift certificate presentation. Okay, so on this side, we're going to switch screens. And view. There we are. Okay, can anybody see this? Can anybody hear me? Testing, testing on the right side. And we should be looking at the PowerPoint gift certificates, gift cards, how to set up, how to use them, and how to promote them within Shortcuts. So let me bring up the full screen slideshow. And on the right side, the GoToWebinar is recording. So let me just introduce myself. My name is Noah Valladolid. I'm one of the educators with Shortcuts. And today we're going to be focusing on gift certificates and gift cards using the Shortcut system, how to set them up, how to use them in the point of sale, and even how to promote these gift cards. So let's actually talk a little bit about this webinar. So this is similar to our other online presentations. On your side, you're going to be muted. This presentation is about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more. My microphone is on. You're going to be muted. If you have speakers, make sure that they're on. So if you're not hearing anything, just check the volume on your speakers. We are recording this, so if you're not able to attend, you will have a copy of this that you can review later. And we will take questions at the end, or if you just have a quick question in the middle of the presentation, on the right side of your screen, you should have a chat box. So you just type in a quick question there. All right, so let's actually talk a little bit about what we're going to cover this morning. So we're going to look at what's the difference between a gift certificate and a Shortcuts gift card. You're going to learn how to actually set up both types, both the gift certificates and the gift cards. And then you're going to see how to sell and redeem them in the point of sale. And of course, last but not least, so what good is having a gift card? What is the use of having a gift certificate if your customers don't know about them? Now, these are good at any time of the year, but they're especially important around holiday season. So the first thing we're going to look at is what is the actual difference. So gift certificates are the ones that most customers are familiar with. They're going to have some sort of number so that you can keep track of them. And these gift certificates are not reloadable. So once the customer uses the entire value, then usually you just throw it away. So those are the traditional paper gift certificates. You do have the ability to check the balance, the remaining balance, by running the outstanding gift certificate report. And that is one of your reports and shortcuts. And the other thing, a gift certificate is only redeemable at the site it's purchased at. So if you're a multiple location site, you'll only be able to redeem that gift certificate in the original site that you purchased it. So what's the difference between that and a Shortcuts gift card? Well, a gift card is actually fully integrated with the Shortcut system, specifically the point of sale. So these are cards that do have the ability to be tracked. They do have a tracking number. You do have the ability to find out the balance. But different from a certificate, a Shortcuts gift card can be reloaded. The other thing about that is you can check the balance directly in the point of sale. You don't have to run a report to find out what the balance is. A card can be sold and redeemed if you have multiple locations. You can actually track that at multiple locations. So a customer can buy it at your first location, use the card at the second site. And you also have the ability to do online gift card management. So if you're working remotely, if you're working at home, you need to run a report or you need to look at which customers are redeeming their cards, you can actually run that online. So let's continue. And there we are, my mouse disappeared. So how do you actually set up a gift certificate? So these are your, again, traditional paper gift certificates that have a tracking number. So if you're actually on the Shortcuts point of sale, on the right side, you're going to go to the Setup button. And the first button you'll click on is the Configuration button. This is going to open a menu on the left side of the screen. On the left side of the screen, you're going to be underneath the tab that says Sales. If you look a little bit lower on that list, you're going to have something that says Gift Certificates. So you're going to click on the gift certificate icon. Once you're on this window, Shortcuts traditionally has gift certificates pre-configured. But let's say at some point in the past you had disabled those or turned those off. One of the things you could do is tell Shortcuts to show you the inactive gift certificates just to see if there's a list of ones that were created previously. But if there's nothing there, then you can create an entirely new gift certificate. So in our example, we're actually selling, let's say, a $100 gift certificate. So at the bottom center of the screen, we're going to press New, and we're going to type the name of the gift certificate. And in this case, we're going to call it a $100 gift certificate, and then press Done. The other thing you can do is if you don't want to sell a fixed value gift certificate, you can just call it gift certificate. So then on this window, on the top left, there's going to be a checkbox where it says active, requires tracking number, employee receives credit on sale. That second checkbox requires tracking number. So this is how Shortcuts will be able to follow this card as long as it's used in the system and be able to keep track of the balance. So of course a customer doesn't have to spend all $100 on their visit. They can just spend a little bit on each visit. So it's very important that you always click that little checkbox, requires tracking number. And on the right side of the screen, if you're allowed to expire gift certificates, then you can actually choose how many months does this certificate expire. Now, in some states, California, for example, I do not believe that there is actually an expiry that is allowed on gift certificates or gift cards. So double check your region, double check that you are allowed to put in an expiration. And if not, leave that portion alone. Okay. And I'll check, does anybody have questions so far? On the right side, it looks like nobody has a question. So I'm going to continue. So then we're just finishing up setting up a gift certificate. So employee receives credit on sale. So traditionally, a gift certificate is considered a sundry. It is not a service and it is not a product. So if you're using commissions and shortcuts, you want to make sure that the employee gets credit for selling a sundry. Traditionally, most locations, if the employee is selling a gift certificate, then they just credit it to the business, not necessarily to the employee. Okay? And if an employee is going to get credit on the sale, on the bottom center of the screen, you can actually choose what is the portion of the sale that you want to credit for the employee. If you have a club system set up in your shortcut system, you can choose whether or not clients that are in a club that purchase a gift certificate are going to receive points. Otherwise, it'll just be 0 points for any gift certificate. Once you've made all of your selections, go ahead and press Save. So, setting up a gift certificate is very straightforward. Now, setting up a gift card, it's just a little bit different than what we had just seen. If you notice, we're still on the sales screen. We're still on the screen that says gift certificates. In the middle of the screen, we have the ability to create a gift card, but some of the selections, some of the checkboxes that we're going to choose are a little bit different than the gift certificate. So the first thing we want to do is actually tell shortcuts there is a payment type for gift certificates or gift cards. So on the left side, we're under the Sales tab, and we're going to Payment Types. Notice one of the default options under Payment Type is Gift Certificate. If you do not see Gift Certificate on your list of payment types, then at the top of the screen, you have the ability to tell shortcuts, show me the inactive payment types. Gift certificate should actually be listed in there. Once you find it, on the right side, you want to click the little checkbox that says active. And then at the point of sale, gift certificates will now be available. If you were setting up a gift card, again on that same screen, payment types, under the Sales tab, when you select the payment type, and if you scroll down, you should see loyalty/gift card. If you do not see loyalty/gift card, then on this window, the payment type setup screen, there's a checkbox that says, show me the inactive ones. And on that list of inactive payment types, you should be able to find loyalty/gift card. Once you select it, on the top right of the screen, there's a checkbox that allows you to make this payment type active. So whether you're using a gift certificate or one of the shortcuts reloadable gift cards, make sure that payment type is available. So I'm going to take a step back. There we go. So I'm just going to go back one step to the shortcuts gift card. So if you were to use a shortcuts gift card, if you were to create a gift card, and this is a reloadable one, in the shortcuts screen, we're on the gift certificate setup. And if you notice, on the left side of the screen, under description, this gift card is active. However, we are not going to select requires tracking number. And there's a reason for this. Shortcuts will actually generate a list of numbers that are supposed to be printed on your cards. If you're working with a local printer, then you want to give that local printer whatever numbers we assign to you. So whether you're ordering 500 gift cards or 1,000 gift cards, and they have to have some sort of random number on the back, Shortcuts will actually generate the numbers that you need. And then if you forward that to your printer, they'll be able to put those numbers on your cards. So this is why you're not going to select requires tracking number, because Shortcuts is going to track the number on these cards. On that list of options, there's a checkbox that says, is a gift card. When you select that option, this is how Shortcuts knows the numbers that you're using have been pre-selected. So Shortcuts, instead of checking locally for your information on your point of sale, it's going to go online and make sure whatever gift card numbers are assigned to you can be used by you. So setting up a gift card and setting up a gift certificate, they're very similar. If you're setting up a one-time use gift certificate, then you would choose requires a tracking number. If you're setting up a reloadable gift card, that's when you would select is a gift card. So we're going to continue. So then, how do you actually use gift certificates in the point of sale? So setting up, we're just going to do a quick review. So how do you set up, sell, and redeem the gift certificates? So in Shortcuts, on the right side, if you've never set up gift certificates before, you're going to go to Setup Configuration, and on the left side of the screen, down to Sales and Gift Certificates. So in this case, we have a 50 and we decide to add a $100 gift certificate. On the right side, we'll put in a value. We'll say it's worth $100, and this does require a tracking number. Now, if this gift certificate is allowed to expire, we could set an expiry date. And in this case, in our area, we're allowed to expire gift certificates after a year. So we'll put in 12 months. And if the employee is going to receive a portion or credit on the sale, then we type in what that percentage should be. If they're members, the customer is a member of a club, then you're going to choose, are they earning points on the sale? Once we make our selections, we're going to save it. So now Shortcuts recognizes that we have a $100 gift certificate we can sell. So in the point of sale, we'll bring in our customer, and we'll give Anna credit for doing this sale. On our screen, we're going to select Sundry, and we're going to select our $100 gift certificate. So the customer is going to pay cash for that gift certificate, and this is the portion where Shortcuts will allow us to scan or manually type in the number that is on this gift certificate. Once we press done, Shortcuts now recognizes that there is a gift card worth a certain amount. If a customer comes in and wants to redeem that, on the bottom left corner, you're going to choose that little white paper with the stamp that represents alternate payment types. We're going to choose our gift certificate. We can search for the gift certificate number, or we can just manually choose from our list which one they want to use. So this was card 003, and it's going to subtract $100 from their total. So now the customer only has to pay the difference, in this case, $20. So remember, alternate payment type on the bottom left corner. This is where you tell Shortcuts a customer is going to pay with a gift certificate. If you want to see what the remaining balance is on a gift certificate, if you go to your reports, under business, there is an outstanding gift certificates report. And on this window, by default, it wants to show you as of the current date, what is your remaining balance for your client's cards. So this is how you set up, how you sell, and how you redeem your gift certificates, and how you can view your remaining balance using the gift certificate report. Does anybody have any questions on what we've just covered? On the right side, if you do, go ahead and just put in a message on the chat screen and I'll be able to see it. Okay. It looks like we don't have any questions. I'm going to go to the next portion. So we're going to look at how do you set up the reloadable gift card. This is a little bit different than the gift certificate. The steps are very similar, however. So how do we sell, how do we redeem, and how do we reload the gift cards? So again, on the right side, we're going to set up and then configuration. So we have a client, and if we're using the shortcuts gift card, you don't click on sundry. You actually go to gift card instead. So once the gift card appears in the point of sale, the customer can choose how much money they want on there. In this case, our customer wants $100 on their gift card. So the customer would pay cash, debit, or credit, however they normally would pay. Now on this screen, this is where you have the ability to scan the very particular barcode or number code that we put on the back of that card. Once you end the sale, Shortcuts now loads the money onto that gift card. When a customer wants to redeem the gift card, if you notice the alternate payment type button now allows you to choose gift card, not just gift certificate. You'll be able to scan in that card and choose, is the customer using a portion of their gift card or the entire amount during their next visit? So in this case, the customer still has to pay the difference of $15, which they'll give us in cash. When we press End Sale, Shortcuts will confirm we have the card, we'll be able to scan it, and then Shortcuts takes that total away from the card. Now, if a customer wants to reload, put more money onto their card, then a customer goes into the point of sale, you'll click one of the blank line items and you'll go back to gift card. This time you'll choose gift card reload so that Shortcuts recognizes you have a card that has already been activated. The customer just wants to add more money. In this case, the customer is adding an additional $50 into their card. So they'll pay cash or what other payment type you accept. We'll scan in that same barcode that they had, and we will press the adjust button in the point of sale. So whenever you're selling a gift card, you're just going to sell the Shortcuts gift card. If the customer wants to put more money onto that gift card, then in the point of sale, you're going to choose gift card adjustment or reload. So this is how you tell Shortcuts they want to put more money on there. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this portion? And on the right side, I'm looking at the chat screen. Okay. If there are no questions, I'm going to go to the next portion. So whether you're using the Shortcuts gift certificate or whether you're using the Shortcuts reloadable gift card, so we need to remind customers that these are always available. So year-round, you can always sell gift certificates, but during the holidays, these are especially important. So if you're using GCast, if you're using Set and Forget Marketing, you can always send a promotional email just to let customers know that you always have gift certificates or gift cards available. So these are good during seasonal events. These are good during holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day. And these are just good general year-round cards that you can sell. So whether you have a friend, a family member, or a coworker, just remind them gift cards are inexpensive and they're a great gift for anybody on your list. So now you should know the difference between a gift certificate and a Shortcuts gift card. You now know how do you set up a gift certificate and how do you set up a gift card. At the point of sale, you also know how do you redeem them and how do you sell those. And of course, the most important thing, now that you have gift certificates and gift cards available in Shortcuts, you want to be able to promote those. So we advise creating an email campaign and just advising customers. We have gift certificates available, whether it's a seasonal gift card that you have printed up from your local printer or a more general gift certificate or gift card that you just sell year round. Now, if you have a really good local printer that you work with and you decide to use Shortcuts gift cards, then you can have your cards printed on really nice laser cut plastic. So it can be a particular shape, it can be a particular color, so that they really stand out and that you can reuse them again and again. If it's just a traditional gift certificate, you can work with your local printer and have traditional paper type gift certificates printed out. And these are similar to business cards or slightly larger. And again, they can have a barcode, and Shortcuts does have the ability to track every one of those numbers. But just remember, a gift certificate, once the balance has been used, you cannot reload that. You can reload these Shortcuts gift cards. Okay? And if you have any questions on that, we can always put you in contact with your account manager, and we can show you, again, what the differences are. And if you decide to order or to set up the gift cards, we can help you do that. So now it's time for questions and answers. So on the right side of the screen, I see I have a few attendees here, and I'm going to open up the forum. Does anybody have questions on anything we've covered this morning? If you need to review how to set up a gift certificate or how to set up a gift card, let me know. And also remember, everything that we've reviewed this morning, we do have a video in our Learning Center. So later today, later tomorrow, or even on the weekend, if you want to explore those options, you can always follow along with the videos and then set up your gift certificates and know how to sell them and redeem them in your point of sale. Okay, so I'm checking the chat window. I'm going to just put a query out there, and I'll send a question to everybody. Let's see, any questions? Any questions for me? And I'll give this a few moments. If not, then we'll wrap up this webinar. But again, this is being recorded. So if you just want to review this presentation, or if you just came in on this presentation, this video will be available in just a few moments. And then you can review the portion that we talked about earlier. Okay, so let's go ahead and end this presentation. So just remember, we do have videos, and these are all brand new videos available on our Learning Center webpage. So if you go to shortcuts.net, and if you go to the support link on the top right, you want to click on Learning Center. Now, the version of Shortcuts that most of our customers have is called Shortcuts Fusion. So once you're on our Learning Center page, on the left side of the screen, go ahead and click Shortcuts Fusion, and this will take you to our training video series. Okay. Now, don't forget, you can always register for more webinars right on our website, and you can also watch our previous webinars. So we do have a library of every presentation we've ever done. So be sure to visit our website. We just redid it, so it should be a little bit easier to navigate and a little bit easier to find our previous presentations. So thank you for your time. If you need to get in contact with us, you can always send us an email or give us a call. And of course, you can also post questions on Facebook and get in contact with us that way. So thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. So we look forward to seeing and working with you again in the future. Have a great day, everybody.